Cross-country skiing has been one of the staple events at the Universiade since the first ever edition in Chamonix in 1960. It was just 4 events back then. These days it's 11, including the men's 30-kilometre mass start, the grand finale to this competition. The venue is Val di Fiemme, which has become synonymous with cross-country skiing over the years, hosting the World Championships on 3 occasions and also the annual Tour de Ski. The 30k mass start first entered the Universiade program back in 1966. It was dominated by the Soviet Union, 8 gold medals in the first 10 editions. With the breakup of the Soviet Union at the end of 1991, the door opened for other nations to make their mark. Japan, Slovakia, Belarus and Italy have all taken gold, but it's the Russians who've emerged once again as the powers in the sport, with 4 gold in the last 5 editions. The Russians have won 5 gold medals in Trentino in the cross-country, 2 of those winners taking part here. Raul Shakirzianov, who took the 7.5k, as well as Emil Vokuev, who teamed up with Evgenia Oskepkova to win the mixed team sprint. Keep an eye out for 1 or 2 of those as they make their way around. Vladislav Skobelev is another to watch out for, bib number 1, at the front of the pack in the early stages, along with fellow Russian Andrei Feller and the Bulgarian Veselin Sintsov. The 30-kilometre is the marathon on the snow. The same pattern exists as for the runners. A lot of bunching early on, then the field begins to stretch. Some cracks already appearing at the 7.5k mark, quarter of the way through. Mikhail Semenov of Belarus, big number 4, leading them, followed by bib number 8 Sintsov, Feller and the Norwegian Rune Ødegaard, number 5. Still early days in this race, so plenty of time for those leaders to drop away and for someone else to take up the baton. Coming through 12 kilometres and is Ødegaard, a student at the University of Colorado in Boulder, alongside Sintsov. Semenov still there with Skobelev, an ominous presence next to him. Still 19 of the 69 skiers who started this race in the leading pack, albeit they're stretching out. Good news for the locals is number 8 Matti Pellegrin, who studies on the doorstep at the Universiade Trentino, joins Sintsov, number 2, at the front. Semenov also up there. Over halfway now, and the pressure and the pace beginning to tell. Skobelev leading them through that checkpoint at 17.7k. 3 Russians in that first 6. Still 11 skiers in the recording. One of the Russians, number 10, Andrei Melnichenko, struggling to stay with them. Important to keep hydrated. Emil Vokuev, the man taking the drink. Into the last third of the race. Ødegaard, Feller, Skobelev and Pellegrin leading them through the checkpoint. Sintsov has dropped off and the Norwegian Øyvind Feld has started to go backwards. With just 8 men left in this race for those 3 medals. The pace quickening as the skiers sense that the end is nigh. The field now down to 6. Feller, Skobelev, Pellegrin still looking strong at the front. Good news for the Italian fans. At this point though, the legs are aching, the arms are aching, the lungs are bursting. Now it's down to who has what left in the reserve tank, who has the desire to see this one through to the end. If the first 27 kilometres were all about survival, the last 3 are about racing, and it's Skobelev who is cranking up the pace. Feller with him, Pellegrin also hanging into the race. Just over a kilometre to go, Skobelev makes the big break. He was a member of the team that took silver in the 4x10 kilometre relay, now hoping to follow Artem Zhmurko and Maxim Vlegzhanin, winners at the last 2 editions, and make it a Russian hat-trick. The 22-year-old from Vologda Institute of Law and Economics opening the burners, stretching the field even more. The field can't respond. Skobelev winning it in 1 hour, 23 minutes, 14.2 seconds. Terrific victory for him. He was 2.4 seconds ahead of the fellow Russian Emil Vokuev, and Andrei Feller securing a Russian clean sweep. Terrific performance from the Russian. Spare a thought for Matti Pellegrin, the Trento student, missing out on a medal on his home snow by 3 seconds. He has to make do with 4th place. Congratulations to the Russian trio of Vladislav Skobelev, Emil Vokuev and Andrei Feller, the first clean sweep in the 30k event since the Soviets back in 1987.